Happiness is feeding your animals. And they don't look like a bad little group. Maybe wash and blow dry might have improved them slightly. We've had our results in from the sale. We get it by email. Good morning. It is the 1st of December today, and I'm just bringing in the store lambs because we're going to send them down to the lunchtime sale today. So I just want to have a look at them, see what we've got, and hopefully get an all right price for them. So as you can see, there's a couple that are too large. I think we're just going to keep those for ourselves. And then there's just a couple that are quite small. And so we'll just see what we can get today, if we can get 10 or 12 to go down. These remaining lambs were just stragglers really. One or two just way too tiny, little midget lambs. A couple of them had fly strike, definitely not ready to send. And then we just unfortunately had a few that had off. So that has formed this sort of waifs and strays group. So just going to have a look over them now and just pick out what would make a nice little lot to take down today. And as we're now into the winter, without giving the lambs a significant amount of feed, I would have thought, or keeping them indoors, which I don't want to do. I don't think that they'll gain a lot of weight. So I think now is the time. And I have been umming and ahhing over what to do and when to do it. But I slept on it and I woke up this morning and I was like, I think we just got to go for it and stop worrying too much. Because once you've made that decision, then you don't need to worry anymore. You just learn from it, whether it was the right or the wrong one. And then when we've got them in the pen, Nick, we can just have a little feel of them and see how they feel, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that one there, that's way too tiny. So we've got 2 pens. So I think what we'll do is we'll put whatever we think we want to take into this front pen here. So we'll just pass them through the hatch whenever we're ready. Does that sound like it works?
Yeah, it'll work.
Let's have a look at them. And how do their eyes look? Because some of them had like twinky, sore-looking eyes, but I think their eyes look
They all look a lot better, don't they?
bright, which is good. Still trying to decide what to do. We've been deliberating, and we think we've got a group of 10 to go. So Nick's just going to mark up a couple that are smaller and hope that they can be sold as a separate lot. I'm just going to check the tails and trim up any that need a trim up, and then we should be good to go.
Yeah.
They are all good on their feet at the moment, which is really good because in the past we've had so many problems with lameness. So it's definitely a relief that we're not having to eliminate sale potentials by them being not sound on their feet. They've been wormed, they've had a mineral drench, and I think that they've grown about as much as they're going to grow for this time in the year, just living outdoors. So hopefully they'll do all right today. And they don't look like a bad little group. Maybe wash and blow dry might have improved them slightly. But they look okay, don't they?
Yeah, they look good.
And then these big ones here, we might hopefully be able to have as for lamb boxes for people, or just save them for the farm shop. And then these small ones will be ready at some point next year for the farm shop. So Doris is going to accompany this group. But yeah, you can see the size differences. So we are trimmed up, ready to load. So I've got my paperwork, we've got the lambs loaded into the trailer, and I've even put on a little bit of lipstick for going down to the market. Maybe in the background I can just point out the festive wreath that I made for the farm. It was very quick, with just things from around the farmyard and some pine cones that I had saved. I do like to do my little creative touches every now and again, and obviously last winter, this time last year, was like the worst time ever, and I'm trying to put my boots on and I can't. But anyway, we're going down to the market, and that's that. Let's go. Nick even made me a coffee. What a nice fella he is. So what I was just trying to say was, this time last year, things were just so bad. It was kind of like 1 hour at a time, 1 day at a time, and we were just in like a complete blur. Whereas this year, we're going into like our second Christmas without Dad, and so I think that it's important not to reject all of the traditions and celebrations of Christmas, because my dad loved Christmas. So I'm kind of like trying to make an effort this year not to just ignore it, because last year it was pretty much ignored. Everybody, lorries, and it's all very exciting. The lambs are dropped off, and now we can go home and have our breakfast, and definitely hungry now. Is it about 11 o'clock, Nick?
No.
About 11 o'clock.
Yeah, 5 to 11.
So that's that. The last sale of the year, and we will hopefully hear in a few hours how we get on. So there's just one green bum that I can see as a result of swapping over the rams with the raddle yesterday. And yes, the 1st of December I am starting feeding. So feeding in the, what are they called? Hay cratch.
Just like your dad did.
Just like Dad did, yeah. There's definitely just something about feeding animals and watching them stuff their faces that is like really... The cows watching us.
Faces.
That is really satisfying. I think I said to Nick yesterday, I just want to feed my animals and look at them eating and be happy. Happiness is feeding your animals, which is why the summer was stressful, because you didn't have enough food for them really, so took the joy out of it a little bit. Right, so we're moving the hay cratchers up the field and filling them. Not very good views today of the lovely landscape. I'm not expecting to see too many green marks amongst the ewes. We applied the raddle after 3 weeks with the rams being turned out. So really the green marks should just indicate ones that were being picked up later. And I just spotted another green mark, very distinct. So just one in each group at the moment. We've had our results in from the sale. We get it by email. Nick, do you want to say how we did? 10 lambs got...
10 lambs, was it £88?
£70.
Something like that,
yeah. 10 lambs for 88.70 each. And then the two the two that we took a bit of a gamble on were 47 each, which is obviously on the lower end, but it's better than a loss. So we're delighted really, aren't we?
That's good, yeah.
Delighted. So that's the end of the year of sales for us, and on to the next year now. So we will leave it there. Thank you for watching. I might actually just finish the video with the sunset on Monday when we were checking around the sheep, which was about 20 minutes earlier than where we are today, but without the fog, and it was so spectacular. I'm going to put that at the end of the video for you to enjoy. And yep, thanks for watching, and see you next time. Bye.